This morning, the urgent investigation and desperate search for a missing 16-year-old girl. Law enforcement scouring the area Monday after Kylie Rodney disappeared from this campground in Northern California near Lake Tahoe.
We have no plans to leave any stone unturned until we get Kylie home.
That's right, Colin. This weekend is packing some big surprises. If you've ever wanted to experience a traditional Italian wedding, this is your chance to go to Tony and Tina's wedding dinner show Friday night at Imperial Palace in the city. Be part of the funniest wedding ceremony and reception you'll ever attend. And be prepared for a night of unpredictability because you won't be able to tell who's a guest and who's an actor. If you can't make it this weekend, there's always next Friday and Saturday. The wedding starts at 7, so be sure to get your tickets and get yourself invited.
You ready? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Angela Musallam. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Placer County Sheriff's Office. We're here today to provide an update on 16-year-old Kylie Rodney. Because this is an active investigation, we'll only be providing information on a certain set information and facts. We realize there will be more questions, but we're pleased directing anybody to contact our Unified Command Center through our tip line, and we will help answer those questions as best we can. Now, for the operational and investigative side of the investigation into Kylie Rodney, I'd first like to introduce Placer County Sheriff's Detective Sergeant Scott Alford. We'll continue sending out any updates as we get them. We plan to send out any potential updates and additional information tomorrow morning in a press release. We can't stress this enough. Out of the 200 to 300 juveniles and young adults who were at that party at the Prosser campground Friday evening, somebody knows something about Kylie. We are please urging and pleading with the community to please come forward. You will remain anonymous. Please contact us through our tip line. That number is 530-581-6320, option 7. Any bit of information can help lead us to Kylie so we can bring her home safely to her family. The 2 captains and the FBI will be available for any questions, should you have any.
Angela, how many tips at this point have you received? I know as the update yesterday it was more than 100. Is there an update on that?
We still have over 100 tips that our detectives are working through. They're exhausting every single tip and lead. Unfortunately, we still cannot locate Kylie or her vehicle. That's why we are urging anybody who was at that party that evening to please come forward. We need to find Kylie.
Angela, another question for you. Unfortunately, people in our region in NorCal go missing. It's so rare to see this incredible of a response both from law enforcement and the community. How and why is this specific case receiving this response? It's tricky.
We want to leave no stone unturned. We take this case, just like any other missing persons case, extremely seriously. Kylie is considered to be highly at risk right now because she is a minor and she is missing, and we cannot locate her or her vehicle. We want to thank everybody who has helped us thus far, our law enforcement partners, the community, people who have come forward anonymously to try and lead us to her. And we will continue to leave no stone unturned until we bring Kylie home to her family.
Now that we have federal resources, are we able to do anything more with her cell phone and find where it pinged after the party? Are those resources helping?
Those details are under investigation. Unfortunately, I cannot discuss them, but please be rest assured, our detectives are doing everything in their power to try and locate Kylie. We're only taking 2 more questions at this time. Sir? Unfortunately, the search is still underway, and we don't want to compromise any part of the investigation, so we can't discuss that. Absolutely. They've been searched on the ground and aerially from the air. We'd like to wrap up the press conference now, as we'd like to get our first responders out to continue the search for Kylie, as that remains our top priority. Both captains will be available for any additional questions. You can come up to them and speak to them if you'd like. Thank you.
They say Italians have a hot temper. Well, sound the alarms and get ready for some real fiery attitudes at the 9th Annual Bay Area Firefighter Auction this Saturday night at the Sir Francis Drake Hotel. Firefighter bachelors will auction themselves to help raise money for the Elisa Ann Rooch Burn Foundation. Ladies, turn up the heat on the competition because the winner takes all, including a day at the spa to get pampered and a date with her firemen in the beautiful Napa Valley.
Good afternoon. My name is Angela Musallam. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Placer County Sheriff's Office. Before we begin, we'd like to remind everybody that we're limiting each reporter question down to 2 questions, please, for the interest of time. We really need to get our first responders back out to the search to fulfill their mission to help find Kylie. I'm joined today by multiple law enforcement agencies who we are assisting and who are assisting us. That includes the Nevada County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the California Highway Patrol, and the Truckee Police Department. Thank you. Ever since last evening, we've had a few developments that I'd like to point you in that direction. We'll be having a crew come out and bring out an easel containing several pictures that I will then discuss in detail. So if you look to my left, we have 3 photos. I'm going to start with the photo on the very right. That is the last photo of Kylie Rodney. She was seen just hours before she went to that party at the Prosser family campground, hours before her disappearance. This photo signifies exactly what she was wearing hours before her disappearance. You can see she's wearing not a black tank top, but a black bodysuit. She's also wearing a black studded belt, green Dickies pants, and black Vans shoes. This is what she was last seen wearing just hours before her disappearance. I'll point you to the first photo on the left. This is a photo that, this is a hoodie that was loaned to Kylie on the day that she disappeared. This item is of significance. We believe that Kylie was still in possession of this hoodie when she disappeared. And the photo in the middle is an actual photo of Kylie's vehicle. It's a 2013 silver Honda CR-V. We continue to investigate every single lead that comes to us. We continue to exhaust every lead. We urge the public to please, if anybody knows these 200 to 300 juveniles and young adults who are at the Prosser family campground between Friday evening and early Saturday morning, to please come forward. We have since set up an online tip line. That email is sheriff_tahoeinvesttips@placer.ca.gov. So if somebody is not comfortable calling anonymously, they can feel free to email us via our tip line. That is all the updates we have for today. We will make sure to continue to keep the community updated with the latest information possible on our social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you.
Shady House 101.5. Where was this photo taken at? Where was that surveillance? Which location?
We are not releasing the location right now for investigative purposes, but it was a local business in Truckee at 6:08 p.m.
And the vehicle, what is the age of that photo?
That is a photo from the winter of her vehicle, and that is the most accurate description of her vehicle.
Thank you.
You've received hundreds of tips from the public. Within those hundreds of tips, no one has said that they've seen her leave the party?
To our knowledge, currently, no.
Do we know the last person to have seen her? I heard that somebody saw her around 12:40. Do we know who she was with, what her state of mind was? In the very last appearance of her?
Yeah, so our detectives are continuing to follow up on those leads. We don't have any solid answers right now. We are continuing to investigate that. Thank you.
It's mentioned that there's video of, within businesses that captured images of her. What exactly was captured? Was it her vehicle passing by? What did those cameras capture?
So the only known lead that we have currently is that photo right there up on the easel. This photo shows Kylie at a local business in Truckee hours before she disappeared, and that is the only solid piece of evidence that we have been able to find. Actually, it was a detective with the Truckee Police Department who was able to obtain that video.
Do you have reason to believe that she's no longer in the state?
I think we kept you at 3 questions. We're going to move on. Sorry.
Now, you guys mentioned that the hoodie that's sitting right there was the hoodie that was loaned to her. By any chance, did that person that loaned her the hoodie see her before she went missing, or is there any other?
There's nothing in our investigation that has pointed to that. Mm-hmm.
Her best friend said before that she was the last person to speak with her. Has that been confirmed?
We continue to investigate and interview the people who last saw her to try and get more information. But so far, nothing has been able to lead us to Kylie.
The hoodie, is that believed to be what she's wearing? Is that what?
We can't confirm that. We just know that the hoodie was in her possession the day that she went missing. Mm-hmm. She was loaned that hoodie, yes.
Is there any way to track her phone?
Her phone has actually been turned off shortly after 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning, and it has been off this whole time. Mm-hmm. Any more questions? Thank you so much.
The Hellenic Cultural Parade on Sunday won't be celebrating those who fight fires, but rather those who fought for the freedom of Greece. The event kicks off at 3 with a parade down 5th and Market to City Hall, where paraders will be dressed in freedom fighter clothing from the early 19th century. Then at 5, come join everyone else back at City Hall for traditional dance performances and authentic Greek food. The event is free, so bring your loved ones and have a good time.
To